Alright folks, so I just wanted to shoot a quick video here where I talk about my high-tech survival kit. It's made possible by a product from Vanquest. It's called the EDCM Huge 2.0 Maximizer, and it allows me to carry around a bunch of different gear in a pretty organized fashion. It's stuff that I use on a pretty frequent basis. So anyhow, why don't you go grab yourself a nice cold one, come on back, and we'll get started. Hopefully everybody made it back. Before we get started, I did want to say that I was sent this product free of charge from Vanquest in exchange for this video review. Let's get some quick specifications out of the way. This Maximizer weighs 6.3 ounces empty. It's 8 inches tall by 7 inches wide, and it says it's 2.5 inches deep. Now as you can see, I've got this thing jam-packed with stuff, and that's more than 2.5 inches. It's probably 3.5, 4 inches. In terms of materials, it's made out of 1000D military-grade Cordura fabric that's coated with a water-repellent Teflon coating that's manufactured by DuPont. It has these YKK locking zippers. You can see you can put a lock in there, and it has these paracord finger pulls. The inside of this package is 210 denier ripstop nylon, and it's high-vis, it's orange, and you'll see it when we get it open. I want to talk a little bit about the construction. On the front, you have a Velcro pouch where you can put certain things in here. It has a Velcro field here where you can put morale patches or labels so you can identify what's in your pouch and what you're carrying. It also has a pretty handy carrying handle right here, so you can pull this out of a bag, out of a backpack, out of a kit, or you can just carry it around in your hand. On the back of it, you'll see that it has these molly fields, so you can attach this with some keepers, or you can attach this to the outside of a molly enabled backpack. It has 2 loops on the bottom, and you can run a carabiner or some kind of S-hook through there for attachment purposes. That seems to be the case from the outside. It has durable double row stitching throughout the whole product. Let's go ahead and open it up and see what we got. So as I mentioned, this is jam-packed, and what makes this pretty handy is it has a zippered pocket on this side, has a big deep pocket here, and it has 23 elastic loop fields. These elastic loop fields are constructed in a way that they always maintain some rigidity, or I guess rigidity is the word I'm trying to use. And the way that the Vanquest products work is that these elastic straps seem to be self-healing. So if you have something in there that kind of stretches them out, if you take the product out, then the elastic kind of tightens itself back up. Anyhow, let's start going over some of the products. Okay, so first thing I wanted to show is that I carry around this Anchor USB 4-port adapter. So I can plug this into a USB port on a computer, on a laptop, something like that. And this is a powered adapter, so what I can do is I can plug other peripherals into these USB ports and continue to use them connected to whatever device I'm using. So an example is that this is a Wi-Fi adapter that I use. Let's see if I can get a zoom in on here. There you go. It's by Panda Wireless. It's the PAU06. And I use this when I hook to certain laptops or computers because it's just an external wireless adapter that I can use to extend my Wi-Fi capabilities. This is pretty handy. This is a Lenovo Idea Center, and basically it's a computer on a stick, and it plugs into HDMI port on the back of a TV or any kind of LCD panel, and it's running Windows 10 Windows 10 Home Edition, and I can just hook this up anywhere, fire it up, and then I've got a working Windows 10 system. When I do that, I can use this, this is really snug, I can use this Rye Mini keyboard. And this keyboard connects via a USB interface that runs on 2.4 gigahertz, and it has a touchpad center, acts like a mouse. It also has a little bit of a controlling pad here that you can move your mouse around. It has a fully functional keyboard. It's small and it's lightweight, can fit in a pocket, can fit in a kit quite like this. In terms of small computers, one other thing is that this is a Raspberry Pi Zero that I built. It runs a Linux operating system, and you can switch the operating system out by using this small micro SD card. It fits in here. I have a number of these cards that I use. That way I can switch any kind of operating system on the Raspberry Pi Zero wireless. And as you can see, I carry around other micro SD cards here. Now what's handy about this, it's a USB adapter that allows me to connect an SD card into a USB port. Now this particular SD card actually has an adapter on the back of that that allows me to plug in a micro SD card. So now I can use a micro SD card through an SD card adapter through a USB port. Starts to get a little confusing after a while, I know. I just have some Apple earbuds for my iPhone. In the back of this pocket, you can see these elastic straps are going pretty well. In the back of this pocket, it's nice and deep, and I keep a couple of things in there. Field notes in case I need to write something down, and a little bit of a boo-boo and get well kit in case I'm not feeling well. I keep those first aid kits, boo-boo kits, in all of my gear, just because I'm a little bit of, I guess, a hypochondriac. I think that's the right word, and I just want to keep that stuff around. Anyhow, taking a look on this side, this is actually an RTL dongle that allows me to connect to a computer and pick up radio frequencies, shortwave radio frequencies, FM stereo, and ham radio. It's pretty handy. And then I've got an antenna here. Let's see if I can get this antenna out. I've got a collapsible antenna that I can hook up to this dongle, and then this dongle connects to a computer or to a tablet via USB port. Since we're talking about the antenna and the ham radios, I also carry a Baofeng UV5R. These are pretty easy to program, and I can keep programming software like Chirp on, say, this Raspberry Pi Zero, so I can program this out in the field. I don't have my Baofeng programming cable in this mess yet, but I'll get it in there at some point in time. Anyhow, I can use this to communicate on 70 centimeter frequencies, 2 meter frequencies. I can monitor and listen to marine channels. I can listen to some public frequencies like police and fire department and ambulance scanners. It has a lot of capability, and it's a pretty handy radio. It's just something I carry around. I guess it's kind of nerdy, but this whole kit's a little nerdy. Over here, just a little SanDisk USB drive. I believe this one's 32 gigabytes for copying files or moving files from one environment to another. These are pretty handy adapters that I have here. They're both micro USB, but what's handy about that is I can plug these into my Android tablet, or I can plug them into a device and then change that over to USB. This one has the USB adapter for the Rai keyboard that operates on 2.4 gigahertz. This is just a 4.7's pen light flashlight that I typically carry around. Now what you'll notice is that this gear bag is new. It still has the tag on it. I'm getting ready to go on a trip, and I needed to pack up a bunch of my stuff. So I typically had this gear in a different pack, and I didn't have enough space in that pack, and I went looking through my stuff to see if I could find something, and lo and behold, I found this. I had forgotten that Vanquest had sent it to me. It was in my pile of stuff that I need to do reviews on, so here we go. You'll notice up here there are 2 paracord loops that are stitched in, and you can connect things like a keeper to that, or a carabiner, or an S-hook, something that you can just keep your gear attached to some sort of zip line. Here is a pen, self-explanatory, and this is an HDMI adapter to mini HDMI. I use this specifically for the Raspberry Pi Zero, but a lot of laptops might only have output for mini HDMI, so then I can use an HDMI cable to connect that laptop interface to an LCD or to a smart TV or something like that. This is a pretty handy USB cord. I really like this thing. It's a mini USB adapter on the back of that. So this will plug into your powered USB hub like I was showing earlier. I can charge a device like an iPhone or Android phone or Android tablet or anything that uses mini USB. And then I still have a female USB port here where I can plug other USB devices in. As you can see, I work a lot with USB peripherals. This is what I think they generically call a squid, and this is pretty handy. You plug this USB into a powered USB port, and then I have a variety of adapters. I have an iPhone, I've got mini USB, micro USB, and USB-C. Really, really handy, lifesaver. I carry this around. It came with a shortwave radio. It's a Texan 3.4 amp power adapter. It's an AC/DC adapter. I can plug this into a standard 110 volt port in the wall, basically a wall board, and then I have 2 different USB power ports here. One is 5 volts at 1 amp, and then the other one is 5 volts at 2.4 amps. Thus, you get a 3.4 amp adapter. And I use that to charge stuff all the time. Starting to wind down, get to the end of the kit. Here are just 2 USB drives, and I have various operating systems that I keep on these USB thumb drives. they're Linux operating systems. And what I can do is I can plug these into a computer or a laptop USB port and then boot those computers into a Linux environment in case I need to do some sort of recovery or repair on those computers outside of the operating system that's installed on them. It's a very handy thing to have. And then here's just another 2 meter 70 centimeter diamond antenna that I can either use on the RTL radio dongle that we talked about or on my Baofeng UV5R. This is the probably the thing that gets used the most in here, and it's a Gorilla Gadgets power brick, 2 USB ports, mini USB power to the brick, and then I have 2 outputs. I've had this thing for a long time. I did a video on it probably 3 years ago. But it's great. It's got a rubberized coating on it, and I use this thing every day. And then I don't even know what the heck this is. Just another USB to micro USB power cord. We're starting to wind down to the bottom. Now this is a Samsung Galaxy 5. It used to be my cell phone, but I've upgraded and I've got the iPhone 8 Plus now. And that's what I use for my iPhone. But I still carry this around because Android operating system gives me a lot of capability. I can install different apps. I can hook the radio dongle to this, and I can listen to radio waves. I can hook this up to USB devices and share files and copy files off of it. I can use this to monitor network connectivity or test wireless configurations. It's really handy. I love Android operating systems, and that's one of the things I really miss. Is I used to hate Android, but I really miss all the capability since transferring to the iPhone. So folks will say, why did you transfer to the iPhone? My wife has been hounding me about the ability to do FaceTime, and I guess I should be thankful for that. And she begged me to get an iPhone, so I did, and that's where we are. Anyhow, that's all the stuff I carry in this what I will call technical or tech survival kit. Let's just take a quick look at the packaging. We talked a little bit about the MOLLE, we talked about the denier, we talked about the grab handle that's on here, the YKK inverted zippers. I wouldn't call this bag waterproof, it's water resistant. We have plenty of these straps, they're all over the inside. The high visibility ripstop nylon, big pocket here. I don't know if you notice there's 2 pockets here, which I would call medium sized, and then one zipper case. I really like the zipper case. The only modification I would like to see to this device, to this maximizer, would be potentially maybe some Velcro here, little Velcro tabs that I could put down and then maybe attach here and here. If you do open this up, things could fall out of these pockets. This is a new pack. It's going to get its maiden voyage in a few weeks. It's a few days. I'm going to take it on a trip, and we'll see how it holds up and how it performs. But I use a variety of Vanquest gear, and it all works flawlessly. I love it. Anyhow, I want to say thanks to Vanquest for sending this to me for review, and I want to thank everybody for watching. If you like this video and you want to see more videos with similar content, go ahead and click the like button or subscribe. Thanks everybody, I appreciate it.